Hey, everybody. Hey, Shining. Hey, Brenda. Sucks to be you. Marijuana. O2 Hurricane. Pollyanna. Shining. How's everybody doing out there? Sorry I'm late. I had a phone call with good news and bad news. So, if you guys have a question, let me know. Oh, that's no problem, Brenda. We were just worried about you. Just so you guys know, for those of you, I have changed my live for this weekend. It will not be on Sunday, it will be tomorrow. That's okay, Brenda. You don't have to worry about whether it's in caps or not, as long as I know you have a question. So I'm not going to give you the bad news that I got. Um, yeah, the bad news is really bad news, but I'm not going to put that out there. I got several things that was good news. And the only thing out of the good news I'm going to give you is that I'm going to be a great grandmother again. I will ultimately, in by the middle of next year, I will, yes, I will have 10 great grandchildren. Great grandchildren. Let that sink in. Not grandchildren. I've got 20 grandchildren. Great grandchildren. Thank you. Thank you, Shining. Thank you, Pollyanna. Thank you, Brenda. That's just part of the good news. I mean, there was lots of good news that I got that I just don't want to share on here because of too many nosy, creepy people. I'm not talking about you guys. I'm talking about other people. People I know that's lurking in bushes. Yeah, we can talk about the rest afterwards, especially the bad news. But I think I mentioned in Discord before about the bad news, but it's actually worse than what we expected. But that's beside the point. Um, Let me see, Brenda. If you go to the go underneath this video or go underneath this live to the more section, there should be a link down there. There should be a link in the more section. I don't know why they have to make it so hard on people with Apple products. It's just ridiculous. I would try, but I don't know how to do it when I'm already live. Um, I don't want to lose my live, or I'd go to my studio and do it, but I'm already in my studio. Yeah, you'll probably have to wait until the other one expires, then maybe, Brenda. I think that's probably what you have to do. You have to wait until the other one expires and then just keep an eye out. When it expires, then you can renew it. Make sure you guys hit that thumbs up button, please and thank you. I've got a O2 Hurricane. I got Marijuana. If you're still in here, I've got Pollyanna and I got Brenda. Anybody else have questions? Hi, Culture. That's a yes or no question, Culture, so I'm going to use the runes for that. Because I don't think the runes get used enough. So I've decided a couple of weeks ago I'm going to use runes for the yes or no questions. There's Preet coming in too. Hey, Preet. Yeah, the yes or no questions. You want a general with runes? Okay, Andrew. I seen that, Brenda. You were. You sure were, Brenda. We missed you the other day. We were concerned that you had a phone call, and we'll excuse you for that. Mr. Hart, you're ignoring Pollyanna again. She's upset.
Truth is, I put my posts up there and bailed out.
What?
I put my posts up there and bailed out. But what I will do is I will do something special just for her. Hello, Pollyanna. It is so nice to hear from you again. Thank you very much. Feel better now?
Oh, jeez. Oh yeah, when I miss when I miss a regular, when I have a regular that's missing, I notice. All right. I'm going to get started. O2 Hurricane. She said much better, thank you. This is going to be for O2 Hurricane. Message from Aunt and Uncle. Remember, if I freeze up, I will be back. So have no fear. If something happens and I freeze up, I think it's the trains. I think it's the walkie talkies that they use. I'm not sure. But should I freeze up, I will be back. So keep an eye out for another stream in case this one goes down. Hi, Lilac. Yeah, those darn trains. All right. Message from Aunt and Uncle for O2 Hurricane. How are things going between Izza and FJ? I got you, Lilac. All right. This is for O2 Hurricane, a message from Aunt and Uncle. Aunt is the ones I'm pulling now. Now I'm going to pull for the uncle. Thank you, Pollyanna. Thank you for being here. All right. Message from Aunt. Hmm. So I think you had something. This is telling you, she's telling you, you were bouncing between, you were considering two ideas. You had two thoughts that you were working on. You may still be. And those two ideas or thoughts, I say they're ideas or thoughts because I have the Ace of Swords right here. So you may have had two different plans that were in conflict with each other. And what she's telling you is to get rid of one that doesn't suit you, one that is maybe not a good idea, and go for the bigger picture. Go for the bigger one. I don't know what she's talking about. You should know. So there's something that you're tossing around in your mind. You're confused because they're in conflict with each other. These are some sort of ideas that you may have. And one of them may be a bad idea. And she's telling you to throw the bad idea out and go with the other one that is a much bigger one. A new start. You're starting something. Now, from your uncle. Hey, Irish. So you have others beside you that have your back. Love those people that your your uncle is telling you to love the people that have your back. Make sure you show them love. Make sure you show them love and make sure that you do things independently without being told or being asked. Over here, this is a card of luck. This is a card of good luck. See, the dragonflies bring good luck. So you've got good luck coming to you. I'm not sure what it's about, but the dragonflies are messengers of good luck. So you've got a message of good luck coming in. And that's the message from your uncle. He's telling you to make sure you love the ones that have your back and that you have a message of good luck coming in. Yeah, dragonflies are messengers of good luck. Marijuana. Is Marijuana still here? Is Marijuana okay? You're here. You wanted a message for about September, the rest of September. Well, I put a calendar for September on my community wall of the astrological events that are taking place this month. I put that up there so you guys know planets that are going retrograde and other events. We're having a lunar eclipse on Sunday. There's a lunar eclipse on Sunday. You're very welcome, O2 Hurricane. You're very welcome. We do have a lunar eclipse coming up on Sunday. All right, you want to know about the rest of September? All right, give me 1 second. Let me write this question down. Okay, Andrew. I don't know, Brenda. That's a good question. Um, all right, I'm doing marijuana here. So the rest of September, you're going to release the negative energy. You're going to take time to yourself, and if you're stressed out, you're going to release that stress. And the way to do it is to meditate and ground yourself. Clear your energy. You need to clear your energy. Once you clear your energy, you'll be able to be more assertive and be able to speak freely, speak up and say what's on your mind. And you'll be able to do that with the help of spirit. Spirit will be guiding you. If there's something that you need to say to somebody, you'll be able to say it, but you have to clear your energy first. And to do that, you need to meditate and you need to ground yourself. And like I said, check out the calendar I put on my community wall for this month and make sure you time this all right, because I do believe we have something going retrograde this month. Just check out the activity, the astrological activity. It's on my community wall. You're very welcome. You're very welcome, Marijana. Pollyanna wants to know what the rest of September is going to be like for her. Pollyanna, are you here? All right. Let's see what the rest of September is going to be like. Oh, well, Pollyanna, you're going to take a leap of faith on something. I think I have an idea. This is about a conflict that you're going to have. I see a conflict in your future with someone. And this conflict results in two things. The first thing it results in is you taking back your personal power. The horse represents your personal power in this card, in this particular card. The second thing is going to result in is a change. And what that change is going to result in is you feeling balance and harmony in your life. Right now, something's keep making you feel off balance. I feel it's another person, even though another person hasn't showed up here. But I think the leap of faith that you're going to take, the chance that you're going to take, is having words with someone and taking back your personal power from them. It's going to result in you taking your personal power back away from someone, which is in turn going to create a change. And that change is going to turn into balance and harmony in your life. That's good news. No, that's good news. Speaking up for yourself and taking your personal power back. I mean, okay, Nettie. I'm sure you do. I'm sure you do. But it's going to come back, but you're going to have this little talk with someone. All right, Brenda. Brenda wants a message from her father. Brenda wants a message from her father. And no, I have not got the cards. I actually emailed the people and said, "Where's my cards at?" They may be in my mailbox. Mr. Hart hasn't checked today, I don't think. They should be in my mailbox, but I haven't got an updated email from them, so I don't know. I gave them a little bit of encouragement to get back with me. I said I was going to showcase them on my YouTube channel. Yep. Unless they're in my mailbox right now, Polly, and I have not received them yet. All right. Message from your father. So you've got some things on your mind that you're thinking about. Unless they're ugly. Oh God. So Brenda, you got a lot of thinking to do here. So you're having to sleep on something. There's a lot of thoughts on your mind. There's one thought though that you're convinced of it. You're holding on to it. Everything else is up in the air. Literally up in the air. These could be ideas that you have or some kind of thoughts that you have. They are, some of them are literally up in the air, but one of them is not. One of them you're holding on to tightly. I feel like you're at a crossroads. Do you follow the pack or do you go your own way? And here, this is about loving everything that you have in your life. And this is about love everything you have in your life, because you never know when you're going to be faced at the crossroads and have to make a decision and make a tough decision. This, I could see this now that I'm thinking, and I just got goosebumps. Your dad's here with me. I feel like this may be you. You are conflicted. You feel conflicted. You want to get a new dog, and this is what's coming into my mind. This is what my spirit guide's telling me. You are conflicted about getting a new dog. You're thinking about it. You're holding on to what you're holding on to is the one you lost. Now you're thinking about a new one and you're not sure about it and you want to sleep on it. Don't wait too long. Do it so that you can enjoy life. That's awesome, Brenda. Now's the time to do it. I mean, don't wait. Literally, don't wait. Because you don't want to wait. Just trust me. Trust in what I say. And I think I used this example the last time Fluffy was given the news. The comedian Gabriel Iglesias was given the news that he had type 2 diabetes and he had to do something about it. And so he changed his diet, he started working out, and he was, you know, he likes chocolate cake. So he was doing everything he needed to do when it came to the rest of the food, his meals, so that he could have a piece of chocolate cake. And he said, "What happens if something happens to me tomorrow and I didn't eat that piece of chocolate cake that I wanted? I could have had chocolate cake. It still would have happened, and the event still would have happened. I could have had that chocolate cake the night before. I purposely didn't eat the chocolate cake because I thought I was saving myself, and I wasn't." I know it's not the best explanation of what I'm trying to say, but that gives you an idea. I mean, we don't know from one day to the next whether we're going to be here or not. You don't want to live and end up regretting not doing something that you could have done. All right, culture. You want to know if you'll have a fourth roommate. And we're going to use the runes to ask that because that's a yes or no question. And no, Pollyanna, I'm not using the portable, so you're not going to hear the beeping sound. But I'm starting to get awfully hot over here from this other machine. All right. Will culture have a fourth roommate? Yes, you definitely will have a fourth roommate. That is, let me think. That is the Euro rune. That's all about the year, harvest, peace, and rewards. So, harvest meaning you're bringing in more. So, yes, you will have a fourth roommate. I can't help you on that one. You hope the old one doesn't come back. All right, Preet. You want to know Jeremy's current feelings towards you. Thank you, Pollyanna. You guys, you will want to have a look at Metal Clip's website. She makes all kind of good things. She makes soap and scrubs and bath salts and Also, she crochets beautiful clothing, um, other items. Check out her website. And if you use MHTR, you get 10% off. Promo code MHTR for 10% off. You want to know Jeremy's current feelings. Jeremy's current feelings towards you, Preet. Mm-hmm. Well, I don't have feelings on the board. I don't exactly have feelings themselves on the board. I see perhaps there's a lack of communication. There may be some unrest in communication, letting go of negative comments, negative thoughts. There may be some problems. I feel like there's some problems in that Jeremy's dealing with in Jeremy's private life, and Jeremy has to make a decision here because there's a conflict between some things that Jeremy holds value in. You might be one of those things. I don't mean to say things, but a connection. You might be a person. There may be another person. And there may be, Jeremy may be conflicted on what it is that Jeremy wants. So Jeremy is confused and not able to really make good decisions right now. Yeah, Jeremy, I feel Jeremy is dealing with a conflict privately or personally right here in this Two of Pentacles. It's in reverse. Jeremy values you, but there may be somebody else that Jeremy values as well. And there's a conflict here because this whole time, if this card was upright, I'd say Jeremy's balancing you with another person. So it may have come to the point where now Jeremy's got a conflict going on. It may be you against another person, and that may be why there's so much unrest in Jeremy's thoughts. So Jeremy probably needs to take time and sort out this conflict that Jeremy's dealing with. Okay, it could be, yes. It very well could be. Remember, guys, I'll be back tomorrow. I will be back tomorrow. Tomorrow will not be questions. It will be general readings with angel numbers tomorrow. You're very welcome, Preet. You're very welcome. Andrew. Andrew wants a general reading with the runes. Are you here, Andrew? All right. What do we have for Jeremy? For Andrew? Oh no, Andrew had to leave. Oh well, I'm doing a reading for Andrew. Andrew, if you're on the replay crew, and leave a comment in the comment section. I forgot you said you were leaving and couldn't stay, so um what do we have here? We have the Burkana rune in reverse. So there's no personal growth here. There's no growth at all. You're at a standstill. This is the Issa rune. You're finding things challenging. Things are challenging right now. But here is the Wonjo rune where eventually you'll come out of this standstill and you'll be enjoying success, peace, pleasure, and fellowship. I forgot. Andrew said he had to go. Yeah, it's hard when I can't keep up with chat. I didn't scratch his question off. That's all right. Andrew, if you watch this on a replay, leave me a comment in the comment section. It's greatly appreciated when you guys leave comments. All right. Lilac. How things are going between Issa and FJ. Hi, Myra. I got your question, Myra, and don't worry. I only speak English. I never did learn any other language. Lilac, are you here, Lilac? Give me a second. Let me turn on my air conditioner. Yeah, I have your question, Michelle. How are things going between Issa and FJ? Lilac. Hi, Shateria. I'm going to use runes for that, Shateria, so I can get a number or get close to it. Lilac, are you still here? No, you didn't miss anything, Brenda. How are things going between Issa and FJ? I don't know where you are, Lilac, but I'm doing these readings. If you listen on the playback, please leave a comment in the comment section. Thank you, Myra. I got your question. As soon as I'm going down the list. Oh, yeah. All right. Issa's feelings towards FJ. Um, I think perhaps there's not really any action taking place. Um, joy and happiness. I see joy and happiness, but I also see uncertainty as well. If action isn't taken, if Issa and FJ don't interact more, then I could see why there's uncertainty here. But for the time being, I would say there's joy and happiness taking place. Empathy. Are you here, empathy? Is empathy here? Are you here, empathy? You want to know Fahad's current feelings towards you. I don't know where you're at, empathy. If you watch this on replay, please leave a comment in the comment section. People that aren't here and aren't present when I'm doing the reading, if you don't leave a comment in the comment section, I'm going to start blocking people. So, just so you know, keeping track. All right. Lilac. Not lilac. Empathy. Fahad's current feelings towards you. All right, that one kind of fell out, so we'll take it. Fahad's current feelings towards you. I don't necessarily have actual feelings, but Fahad sees you as somebody that they are wasting time on, that perhaps what you're looking for is abundance from them, and they feel like you are taking more than you're giving. Because this is the card of abundance. However, it is whoever is abundant, they're being scrutinized, they're being watched. If it's you, if you're taking more than you're giving, if you're in some kind of a relationship, whether it be a friendship or a romantic relationship, if you're taking more than you're giving, you're wasting the other person's time and they can feel it. They feel like they're being taken advantage of. Because relationships aren't 50-50. I know people say they're 50-50. No, relationships are 100-100. And yes, that's possible. Both sides have to give 100% of themselves to have a good relationship, whether it be friendship, more so romantic relationship. And I'm not necessarily talking about finances, this could be something else. That's not necessarily financial, it could be some other thing that holds value. All right. If you guys are come back and watch this on the replay, please leave a comment in the comment section. Otherwise, I'm going to start taking notes of those that come in and sign up and don't be here for their readings. Michelle, are you here, Michelle? Not sure how to answer this question. Blueprint for this life. Blueprint for your life would be your birth chart. And I don't read birth charts, but I'll do a reading. But it's probably not going to be as accurate as a birth chart would be. If you want to know the blueprint for your life, you need to find somebody that knows how to read birth charts. I'm not one of them. I'm not a master astrologer. So I don't do birth charts. If you look in my comment section, not my comment, my description under this live, I do have a channel, Sloan Bella. You can go to sloanbella.com and check her calendar out. She does birth chart readings. Warning, she's not cheap. But she is a master astrologer. She's been doing it for 45 plus years. So she knows what she's doing, trust me. She also has a YouTube channel, and her YouTube channel is what I have connected underneath. Well, that's what is meant to happen in your life. That can show up in your birth chart as well. I mean, I'll do a reading, but it's not going to capture everything that your birth chart captures. And I can explain the birth chart. Sloan had, I'll explain it. Let me pull this reading for you. Like I said, I'm not going to give you a very good overall picture because I'm just doing a tarot reading. For a more accurate look at what you're wanting to know would be a birth chart reading. So overall, I feel like you're intuitive. I feel like you are an intuitive person. I feel like you may already be aware of some things. You may have gifts that you're not acknowledging. You might have gifts of your own that you're not acknowledging. And you need to pay attention. Watch for synchronicities is one thing, one way to look at it. We all have some type of a gift. And this is telling me that you have gifts. At least one. The gift of intuition. Here, this is about an authoritative figure. There's going to be problems. There could be problems with an authoritative figure when it comes to communication. When it comes to speaking, this could be a problem, a legal problem of some sort. And this is all down the road because you're asking about your entire life. And then here we have luck that's not very good. Not very good luck. Because if this was upright, I would say you got the dragonflies that bring good luck. But your luck may be running out. So, like I said, you're not going to get a good picture overall in a tarot reading. For your particular question, you'd probably do better with a birth chart reading. And I'll give you a prime example. Sloan Bella had another master astrologer read her birth chart for her. And the other master astrologer looked at Sloan and said, "You're going to lose a child." And Sloan looked at that master astrologer and said, "I already did lose a child. It was a stepson." And that master astrologer looked at Sloan and said, "No, one of your own." And she did. She lost one of her children, one of her very own children. So there's a lot that can be seen in your birth chart that I'm not going to see in a little reading. That's why I'm telling you, look, having your birth chart read would probably be a whole lot better than me doing a tarot reading. Hi, Divyancha. Today is question day. Tomorrow is just general reading. So if you have a question, let me know. I hope that helps you, Michelle. I'm sorry, I'm not a master astrologer. I'm barely, I dabble in astrology. I mean, I know a little bit about it, but not enough to tell you anything about your birth chart. Okay, Divyancha, I got you. All right, Nettie, are you here, Nettie? You're welcome, Michelle. You're very welcome. Like I said, you can go to sloanbella.com if you want your birth chart read. She only has so many openings on her calendar. She's hard to get in with. She's quite expensive, to be honest, but she's well worth it. Okay, Nettie wants a general reading. Myra, you're up after Nettie. So you're sending messages out to the universe looking for answers. Answers are not coming, and it's frustrating you. There's something you're looking for an answer for. you want the truth about. But that answer is slow coming, and you're getting frustrated about it. You're getting irritated. Keep in mind, when you send messages out to the universe, they're not always answered rapidly. They're not always answered quickly. Sometimes it takes time to get answers. And I'll give you an example. I wanted to connect with one of my family members in my dreams, because sometimes that's how I connect with them. And so before I fall asleep, I think of that family member's name. And they don't always come right away. It may take days, it may take weeks. Eventually they come, depending. Now, see, this is where it gets a little interesting. On the other side, the spirit realm, I think there's different levels that the spirit goes to, depending on what kind of person you were here in the physical world. And I feel that if you were a good person, you're going to come back, you're going to respond. If that person was a good person, they're going to respond to you pretty quickly. Maybe not right away, but pretty quickly. However, if that person was a not so good person on this side, then you may never hear from that person. I feel there's different levels on the other side in the spirit realm. I don't think it's all just one level. I think there's multiple levels. And it depends on how you were, what kind of person you were here in the physical world, as to which level you go to in the spirit realm. So I feel like you're trying to communicate with somebody on the other side to get an answer, and you're frustrated because they haven't come through yet. There may be a reason why they haven't come through yet. And also, it depends on when they crossed over, too. Like somebody that crosses over today, you're not going to be able to communicate with them right away because they're on the other side trying to figure out how things work over there and how they can communicate. I hope that makes sense. All right, Myra. You want to know, will Nelson call you back? That's a yes or no question. I'm going to use the runes for that. Will Nelson call back? You're very welcome, Nettie. You have a good evening too. Yes, Nelson's going to call back. That is the Lagoo's rune. If you have not heard from Nelson, Nelson is going to reach out. That's a renewal. This represents a renewal. So Nelson is going to eventually reach out to you. Shateria. You wanted to know when that person was going to reach out. I'm going to use the runes to I can't give you an exact date, So, is that person going to reach out to Shateria within a month? Yes, definitely within a month. Yeah, I think Myra, I think there's going to be a renewal. Um, I don't know when, Myra. You only had asked if that person was going to reach out. And I'm only doing one question today to give everybody a chance. So, Shateria, it is going to be within a month. Is it going to be within the next 2 weeks? So, it's going to be within a month. Is it going to be within the next 2 weeks? No. So within the next 3 to 4 weeks, that person's going to reach out to you, Shateria. Oh, you're in the Philippines? Awesome. Divyancha. Hey, staff grabber. You got any questions? Divyancha, you're up next. You're welcome, Shateria. Divyancha, you want to know what's coming in love? How's it going, staff grabber? I'll be live again tomorrow. Guys, I'll be live again tomorrow, but it'll just be general readings, no questions. Keep that in mind. Tomorrow is no questions, just general readings, but you get an angel number tomorrow. Awesome. From the Philippines. That's awesome. Divyancha, what's coming in love? Where are you going?
Front.
Oh. What's coming in love? Oh, I did. Myra, you only asked me if that person. Myra, your question was, will Nelson call back? But you didn't ask when. And I'm only taking one question. And your question was, will Nelson call back? Hey, Metal Clips. Welcome in. Make sure you drop your website, please. All right, what's coming in love? So, if I'm looking at this just from an astrological perspective, Divyancha, it's going to be either a fire sign, which would be Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius, or it's going to be somebody under the sign of strictly Aquarius. So you want to know what's coming in love. You're feeling conflicted. Maybe See, you're wanting the truth. You want the truth. There's the bluebird. You're inspired to you're inspired to find hope and to heal. Your energy's drained though. You feel broken. But if we're looking astrologically at the cards, these two are fire, they're both fire sign cards, which again is Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius, or we're looking at an Aquarian, somebody under the sign of Aquarius. So keep that in mind. Fire or water? No, fire or air. Air or fire. Because Aquarius is an air sign, not a water sign. I don't know why, it doesn't make sense, but Aquarius is an air sign. And these two are fire signs. Only 95 staff grabber? Yeah. I know it started out chilly here. I actually had a hoodie on. Um I've got my air conditioner on behind me and it's making it just nice in here right now. I will be live again tomorrow at 5 p.m. Eastern, 4 Central, 3 Mountain, 2 Pacific, and 10 o'clock UK time. You're very welcome, Divyancha. You're very welcome. And Myra, you want to know what month? That's difficult to pull out what month. You'll get that call. You're ready for a nap. You've had a busy morning. How's your mom doing? I know I had a phone call just before I come on here and I got a lot of news all at one time. I was overwhelmed with a lot of news on that phone call. And the only news out of that, what I got that I can actually, I'm willing to say on YouTube is that I'm going to be a great grandmother for the 10th time sometime next year. Hi, Helga. Do you want a general reading, Helga? Do you want just a general reading? Okay. Hey, Six Up. I'm going to move my live to tomorrow, 6 Up. Well, actually, I already did. That way I can be there for your live on Sunday. You guys won't want to miss 6 Up. Make sure you're subbed up to 6 Up. She's going to have an I feel like it's going to be an educational live. It's going to be an important live. Please drop your link in chat. 6 Up if you would. All right, this is for Helga, just a general reading. I'll be back tomorrow with regular readings and angel numbers. And then Sunday, 6 Up will be live on the day of the lunar eclipse. All right. So, Helga, you're struggling with, you're feeling like a prisoner in your own mind. You're struggling with communications regarding somebody that you're close to. Thank you, Pollyanna, for dropping 6 Up's link. I appreciate that. If you guys aren't subbed up to 6 Up, please sub up. She's going to have a very important live on Sunday. So, Helga, I feel like you're struggling, maybe with anger, maybe with rage. You might be withdrawn because you've got a lot on your mind. You feel like a prisoner. It's in regards to somebody that you're close to. Maybe somebody walked away. Maybe you walked away from somebody, or they may have left you, as in crossing over, left. And so you're struggling here with the way that you feel. I will, like I said, I'll be live again tomorrow. General readings, no questions tomorrow. Angel numbers. 6 Up, do you want on the list for tomorrow? And then 6 Up will be live on Sunday. I believe it's going to be a pretty educational live, an important live. You're very welcome, Helga. You're very welcome. Okay, Brenda, I'll put you on the list. I know Pollyanna does. So, I don't know if you heard my news, 6 Up. Before I came live, I had a phone call. I got a lot of news actually on that phone call, but the only thing I'm saying about the news that I got, I agree, Brenda. I don't know where Sweet Pea is. I'm going to be a great grandmother again. That makes number 10. All the other news, I'm not going to put out on YouTube. I got some bad news, very bad news, unfortunately, that I'm not putting out here. And then everything else is good news. If I can ask for prayers, it's not for me, it's for a family member. I've got a family member that needs extra prayers because it's the inevitable. I'll just say that. It's just a matter of, well, I don't want to go any deeper. But that family member can use all the prayers you guys can send. And then, like I said, I got lots of good news. I don't want to give out all that good news either, because some of it's, well, other than the fact that I'm going to be a great grandmother again for the 10th time, sometime next year. I'm not sure, in roughly 7 months. Yes, staff grabber. How did you know that? Yes, I do have a family member that's dealing with that, and it's extremely aggressive. And when I say extremely, that's an understatement. Um, well, what this family member has, I believe they are getting chemo, but even with the chemo, the length of time is not that great. Yeah, I don't know what, I don't know. I don't have a name for what it is that this person has. I don't know, other than the fact that it's extremely aggressive, even with the chemo. So the timeline, and that's why Brenda, I kept trying to reiterate to you, you weren't sure about getting another dog. Yes, get another dog, because we're not promised the time. We are not promised a time. We don't know from one day to the next. Oh no, staff grabber. Oh no. Exactly, Brenda. The only bad thing about this particular family member is there's a young child involved. That's the hardest part about it. I didn't want to say too much. I'm not saying too much because I'm not saying what family member it is, but um, and I'm not saying anything other than that. Thank you, Brenda. Because with that bad news, I also got good news. I mean, I got the good news of having a great grandchild. Aw, a little chihuahua. That's what Gabriel Iglesias has. Fluffy, the comedian, he has little chihuahuas. I, I'm not sure, Pollyanna. And this great grandchild is a miracle great grandchild. I'm just going to say that. I'm not going to say why, but I'm going to say that. This is going to be a miracle great grandchild. You know, we need lots of prayers in chat. Everybody's dealing with something difficult. I don't mind at all, Brenda. I do not mind at all. And I got other good news too. Exciting news, actually. I just don't want to put it all out here. Yeah, they are. Tomorrow I'll probably have to use my portable machine. You'll probably hear the beeping in the background. Oh, that's other good news I woke up to. No, I didn't win. Well, you might say I won the lottery. No, I didn't win the lottery, staff grabber, but you have to play to win. I woke up to an email not an email, a text message this morning telling me I don't have to do jury duty. It is hard times right now, Brenda. It is. But we've got a miracle great grandchild coming. Sometime next year in about 7 months. Yeah, it might be Pollyanna. I'm not sure. I've only mentioned this person one time. Well, Mr. Hart just checked the mail and there was no cards. So I'll have to check my email and see what they say. It's the cycle of life, Brenda. That's the way I believe. That's how I believe in it. It's the circle of life. Tuesday, I will definitely be on later. I'll be on for the members, but it will be late. It'll be later. It'll probably be let's see. Tuesday, I'll probably be on around roughly 8 p.m. Eastern, 7 Central, 6 Mountain, 5 Pacific time, maybe a little bit earlier than that. I have a doctor's appointment on Tuesday, and once I get home from the doctor's appointment, eat and get things set up. So I'm thinking probably around 8 Eastern, 7 Central, 6 Mountain, 5 Pacific time. Unfortunately for my UK people, it's going to be extremely late. I'm sorry. I apologize. Even without the doctor's appointment, it'd still have to be late because it's going to be hot on Tuesday. When I say hot, for me, it's 80 degrees outside. That means it's probably about 90 inside, at least. I'm not going to be live on Sunday. I'll be live tomorrow. 6 Up's going to be live on Sunday. She'll be live at 6 p.m. Eastern. Unless she changed the time on me, she's going to be live at 6 p.m. Eastern. Yep, 6 p.m. Eastern on Sunday. And I feel like it's going to be educational. Yeah, we need to pray for everybody in chat that's dealing with problems and have things going on in their life. I'm not positive, staff grabber. I'm not exactly sure where it's at. I think kinda maybe, but I can talk to you more elsewhere about that. Yeah, Tuesday will be late for 2 reasons. Number one, I have a doctor's appointment. And number two, it's going to be hot. So, unfortunately. So, I'll be late on Tuesday. I think Thursday, I think I might have to move Thursday's live to Friday again next week. Tuesday's doctor's appointment. Wednesday, I get my nails done. Thank God, finally. And then I think Thursday's going to be hot. Friday's going to be nice. I think I'll be live again next Friday. Yeah. So I'll be live tomorrow. I got Pollyanna and Brenda on the list. Does anybody else have any more questions? Okay. Yeah, you're Eastern time because you're. I don't know why I keep thinking you're in Tennessee. You're not in Tennessee, but you're Eastern time. So tomorrow will be 5 Eastern time. Is Irish Jesse going live, Pollyanna? Oh, that's awesome, staff grabber. Well, thank you for that, Brenda. I figured that's what you meant with Silkies. Pollyanna, is Irish Jesse going live? Oh, gotcha. Yeah, she wants more females. My telepathy isn't working very well today, Pollyanna. I didn't read your mind. I had a poodle. I won't do poodles anymore. They're too much maintenance. I gotta have maintenance free puppies. That's all right, Pollyanna. I understand. Oh, you do? I didn't know that. That's awesome. I've had one poodle many years ago, and I do mean many years ago. I had a poodle. Probably 50 years ago, I had a poodle. Oh my God. My grandfather, my paternal grandfather, was so excited to get back in touch with me because that side of my family wasn't allowed to have contact with me when I was growing up. And he gave me one of his poodles. Yeah, I've had a lot. I've had a lot of dogs. I had my first dog was a rat terrier. And the rat terrier, that's the one, the rat terrier is the one when my gifts that I have started. Actually, it was prior to that. It was prior to the rat terrier. My grandmother had she the rat terrier got out and she wouldn't come to you. You had to take her out on a leash. She would not come to you when she was called. So we'd have to take her out on a leash, and she got accidentally got out one night, and we had to go away. And when we come back, my grandmother accidentally hit her, and she took off when my grandmother hit her with a tire on the car. And I said, "She'll be back." And my grandmother kept saying, "No, she took off. She's going to die somewhere." And I said, "No, she'll be back." And I was right. The next morning, she was sitting on the porch waiting to get in. The rat terriers? Oh, huskies? I've never had a husky. The rat terrier, um, we had a hard time with the rat terrier. They're good at they are good at maintaining, keeping. Yeah, she was injured. Her stomach, she had a gash in her stomach from the tire, but it didn't kill her. It wasn't bad enough to kill her. And so I'm probably using language on here I shouldn't be using, but I don't care. Um, we took her to the vet and they gave us some medicine to put in it, and the injury closed up on its own. So she was okay. She lived a long life. She developed cancer, and my grandmother had to have her put down because of the cancer. She lived a long life, but that was my first dog. I've had all kind. I've had Rottweilers, I've had pit bulls, I've had um, Australian shepherds. Oh wow, Brenda. I know. Others say worse things than what I say on here and don't get shut down, but I don't normally say those words, but it is what it is, you know. It didn't take her off the planet when my grandmother hit her. She lived a long life after that. Aw, Brenda. No, I don't know if I want to come back. I don't know if I want to reincarnate back into this world. I really don't. Hi, Love Bug. You have a question? Thank you for subscribing. Sure. Ugh. Make sure you guys hit that thumbs up button, please, and thank you. All right. I need a reading for Love Bug. What do we got for love bug here? Ooh. Well, we've got some dishonesty. Something in your life might be out of balance, but we also have dishonesty taking place here. And this dishonesty, you know about it, is making you feel conflicted. You know that there's dishonesty taking place. You feel conflicted. It creates this conflict results in a change, and that change is there's uncertainty as a result of it because you don't know how to feel or what to think about this dishonesty. Somebody's not being honest with you. The person that's not being honest with you could be a Libra, somebody under the sign of Libra, but not necessarily. I'm just letting you know that. It could be somebody that's under that sign that's not being truthful. Aw. Thank you, Brenda. Thank you for that super sticker. Thank you so much for that. Thank you for supporting my channel. I greatly appreciate that. I greatly appreciate you being here. Chicken eggs came. You got chicken eggs? Staff grabber? Awesome. Thank you, Brenda. I appreciate that. Yeah, now would be the time, I guess. I should have said something sooner. I just did your reading. I just did your reading, Love Bug. I just did your reading, Love Bug. I don't know. It's coming from somebody that could be a Libra. If you know somebody that's a Libra, I feel strongly it's somebody under the sign of Libra. Could be a fire sign, Aries, Leo, Sag, but I'm thinking more Libra. So if you guys haven't, you might want to consider it could be, it very well could be. I didn't see your specific question. I seen you come in. You may have you asked, can I have a free reading? And I said yes, and I did your free reading. And I did a general reading. I didn't see your question. And what may have happened is you may have used one of the words that is blocked on my channel. So you might want to reword your question. Yeah. If I don't see the question, if you tell me you put a question in chat and I didn't see it, there's a good chance you used a word that's in my block list. And I put those words there for a reason because YouTube doesn't like those words. I apologize. Don't yell at me. It's YouTube. That's what it was. You put a word in there. Hi, lovely 1111. Yeah. So when astral traveling, I hear someone say, yeah, they trying to injure you, her. It might be the Libra. So give me a second. Why are you hearing that? they're trying to injure. I'm using the word injure. I know what you're talking about. Why, when you astral travel, why do you keep hearing that? And lovely 1111, I'll get to you in just 1 second. Let me finish this question. Why do you hear when you astral travel or trying to hurt her? Why do you hear that? Somebody's feeling defeated, but somebody is protected. There's corruption. Somebody's corrupt. This could be a Taurus. It could be somebody under the sun of Taurus that's corrupt. And you're protected. You have others surrounding you that care about you. But even though you have others that are surrounding you and caring for you, you're feeling defeated for some reason. Or, yeah, it's you that's feeling defeated. So it could be a Taurus it could be somebody under the sun of Taurus. I'm going to go with masculine. I feel it's masculine. All right. Lovely 1111. What's coming in next in love? Love bug, I'm not going to take any more questions. I'm only doing one question today. So I've already made an exception and did 2 for you. I'm not doing any more. Okay? So, it could be the music you're listening to. Yes. Music can have that effect on you. What's coming in love for lovely 1111? What's coming in love for lovely 1111? Joy and happiness. But I see we have 2 kings that are opposing each other here. This is about joy and happiness. But somebody doesn't want it to happen. So we're looking at either fire signs or air signs. If we look at this astrologically, Aries, Leo, Sag, or Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. I see joy and happiness coming. I'd say probably more than likely the Aries, Leo, Sag aspect rather than Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. But I'd be careful though. With this King of Swords in reverse is concerning. Be careful if you come upon somebody that is an Aries, Leo, Sag. Be careful of the things that they say. Take the things they say into consideration. They may not be on the right side of the law. All right. Anybody else? Oh, really? Well, I see joy and happiness there. I would just be careful and keep an eye on what they say. And, don't allow them to be negative towards you. I think that's what the King of Swords is telling you. Watch what that person says. You're saying a Leo. Keep an eye on what the Leo says to you. And also something that's come to my attention, keep an eye on the things that are not said as well. It's not always the things that are said. It can be the things that are unsaid. Anybody else before I go for the day? Yeah, just keep an eye on them. I think they'll be okay because you got the Sun card. You're very welcome. I think you'll be okay. Probably, Brenda. Yesterday was bad. I think I ate some bad blueberry pie. Oh my goodness. I didn't get to eat dinner until 10 o'clock my time, roughly. Oh, my word. Did I ever feel awful? I don't know if I had a bad case of food poisoning from blueberry pie or what. I don't know. It didn't agree with me, I can tell you that. But I feel much better today. Any other questions before I go? It's not hot here, Pollyanna. It's just the air. It's only the heat coming off of my oxygen machine. It's not really that hot here today. Trust me. Staff grabber. They were supposed to put whipped cream on it, and again they forgot to put whipped cream on it, which is probably a good thing. That probably wouldn't have been a good thing if I'd have eaten whipped cream on top of a bad pie. Remember, I'll be live tomorrow. Members, I'll be late on Tuesday, probably roughly 8 o'clock Eastern time on Tuesday. And then the next day, we do runes and tarot will probably be Friday again. So I will be back tomorrow. I hope to see y'all tomorrow. If you're coming back tomorrow, make sure you come in early, get put on the list. Make sure you stay and get your reading because I keep track if you're there or not. For those that can be there. Everybody, take care of yourself. Stay safe. It's a crazy world we live in out there. I send much love and many blessings to everybody. I hope to see you all tomorrow. Have a wonderful rest of your evening, everybody.